What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your bestest friend ever, Michael. I act like I know who you guys are. But today we'll be reacting to a video. I don't really like reacting to videos, especially when they're coaster videos, because I mean, when I'm reacting to a music video or a song, I don't get any of that money. That just goes right back into the band, with like YouTube copyright. I'm pretty sure when I react to something like this, I get all the money, which is not a bad thing, I guess, but like, I'm stealing other people's work, and that's what I have an issue with. So, yeah. Guess what this man does for a living? He makes $70,000 a year minimum, but guess what he does? He paints roller coasters for a living. Like, what? I want to do that. Anyway, we'll be reacting to him today and what he does for a job. Before we get into the video, though, I wanna talk about, because something I don't really share with you guys, something I don't really show you. I do like I have a financial class at my school, of course, that I do take. Facts, family, and consumer sciences, stuff like that. Looking out for this in this video for stuff that this man does. I wonder what like his benefits are. If he like travels paid for. Or how far away he can go, or if it's a salary, or if it's a wage, can he work overtime and earn overtime? So, just stuff like that. Probably stuff I shouldn't be extremely worried about being a kid, but I am getting to the point where, that is interesting to me, and I do need to look out for that as an adult. You guys might notice that I sound like a little under the weather. It's because I am. I'm trying to act crazy and, happy, and like I do in every other video. While it might be harder today, I assure you that it's not what you're thinking. My throat does hurt, but it's not what you're thinking. Okay. Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, let's react to this. Alright, so immediately, clicked on the video. Guy paints roller coasters for a living is what I type in. This is what I get. I saw this, didn't watch it. I'm saving it for you guys. So immediately it looks like we're painting Xcelerator, Knott's Berry Farm. So we're immediately in California, higher cost of living. So let's see what benefits, what stuff he gets. All right, let's do this.
The beauty is getting to go see things.
I was right. Boom. Look, I didn't even watch the video. That's just how much of a nerd I am. All right, the beauty is something.
Things that I would have never got to see in the world. You get to see all the patrons in the park actually looking up and pointing and taking photos of you doing your job. It's quite satisfying to see that.
Oh, that would be scary. Okay, I'm not like I like heights, and I'm something as a coaster enthusiast, my long-term goal. I used to be extremely afraid of heights. Being a coaster enthusiast, you might find that a little weird, but now I'm getting over that fear. It sounds so dumb to say, but like I don't mind heights anymore. But free climbing and stuff like that, like with this man, this isn't bad. I could do that. But up here, Xcelerator, if you guys don't know, is 205, 202 feet tall. Where he is might even be taller. But he's freehanding that. I mean, you can see his clamps. Well, I don't know what they're called. His little safety harness is hooked in, but Intimate's track is hollow, so I mean, you're falling through that, then you gotta climb back up. But I could not do that. I could not free climb like that. I would be scared. That's one thing I can't do. I've done like rock walls before, and so it's a little nerve-wracking. That's something I have not accomplished yet.
It's quite satisfying to see that.
I bet it would be, getting all that attention.
Earning a paycheck and making a life for yourself. My name is Jason Prather. I'm a roller coaster painter for Baynum Painting, and I make roughly $70,000 a year.
What did he just say?
Roller coaster painter for Baynum Painting, and I make roughly $70,000 a year.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy! $70,000 a year. 70,000. What? Wow.
I'm a roller coaster painter for Baynum.
Oh my gosh.
And I make roughly $70,000 a year.
What? So Baynum, I guess, is located in Kentucky. He had to go out to California. I wonder if that's included in what benefits he gets. I don't know if they'll, go that specific, or if they're going to make this like an entertainment type thing. On the job. Okay, so it's a wage. We can see that. It's not a salary, it's a wage. She gets $23 an hour. Wow, $23 an hour. That's not bad at all. Wow, that's really good. That's crazy. For painting roller coasters, you're painting. I mean, it's a dangerous job, but you're, in the end, I mean, if you love what you do and you're willing to take that risk, you're painting something. That's crazy. 23 an hour. All right, his pay includes an additional 15%? What? So this man would get 15% added on to $23 for traveling. So he's based in Kentucky. So if he wasn't painting something maybe at Kentucky Kingdom or something, he's in California. He's painting Xcelerator. That's 15% more he's getting on his wage just for leaving the state he's in, for traveling. That's crazy. And overtime, I'm sure he gets massive, massive overtime hours. 15% for that. That is incredible. That's crazy.
I'm hoping to get to 75,000. A lot of our salary
Wow.
is based on overtime as
Okay,
well as
that makes
travel
sense.
pay. So we do get an extension, or we get a bonus for being out of town.
That
So a lot of my pay
very,
is based
very,
on that.
very, very. Okay, so a lot of his salary is based on overtime. That's something interesting, but that's, that's predictable. That's foreseeable.
I grew up in a little town near my hometown now.
It's already
in Edgewood,
140,000.
Kentucky.
That's crazy.
I never really had an answer of what I wanted to be when I was a child. My childhood was pretty normal. Played a lot of sports, football, baseball, basketball. Rode dirt bikes in the summer, skied in the
Lot
winter,
of sports.
snowboarded in the winter. My father,
Wow.
he was a traveling salesman selling electrical equipment. My mother, she worked HR for AT&T. My high school experience was pretty normal for most people. I actually did.
Become a roller coaster painter.
Roughly, it took me about 6 months to get very proficient.
Wow, 6 months. Only 6 months. That's crazy.
We hold multiple certifications, everything from an OSHA 10, which is a typical construction
OSHA, that's worker safety rights and stuff.
type certification from OSHA, as well as we have safety trainings for
Yep.
lifts, confined space entry. I had the certifications for lifts, and that led me to being on the job site, learning how to actually maneuver the lift around the job, as well as the techniques.
That black
and
looks fresh, though. I enjoy
experience
that
to
black.
paint. My hired on position was a general painter. I started entry level, just like most people, and I had a lot of background that kind of.
All right, something to bring up. I wonder if 23 is their starting wage, or if he can, advance for that, or if 23 is just, bare minimum for everybody, and then what overtime you do get, whatever traveling you do get, just adds on to that, because that's a hefty increase on your wage. If you're getting 23 and then an additional 15%, that's pretty hefty.
Leaned on this, which helped me rise quickly.
Today, Jason is a project from
I'm in
okay.
charge of getting the crew on site and getting them up and rolling.
So I guess
as well
he's
as
in charge of
sourcing
this.
lifts, as well as sourcing material, paint, sundries. I've been in this position officially for about 6 months. I did have
Wow.
a background in crew leadership before, so they leaned heavily on that as kind of a proving ground and testing ground inside the company.
Okay. Jason work schedules varies from project to project. Makes sense. I mean, of course, if you're traveling and stuff, like if you're painting in California, yeah, that's one place. But if he's actually based in Kentucky and you're painting at Kentucky Kingdom, or going to Indiana to like Holiday World or something, you want to paint like Thunderbird, I'm sure, like the schedule would be miles different. Maybe even you get to stay at home or go home on the weekends or something. That's not as foreseeable, working through California, even if he's based back in Kentucky. For the past 3 months, wow, 3 months already, he's assisted in overseeing the repaint of Xcelerator coaster. The Xcelerator coaster. That's so funny. I love when non-coaster enthusiasts or non-coaster fans make these types of videos. The Xcelerator coaster. At least they spelled it right. That's
I do
all I'm
spend
saying.
About 6 months out of the year on the road. Overtime,
That's
I'm
not
probably
terrible.
working about 1,500 hours of overtime a year.
What? 1,500 on overtime a year. All right, we're gonna do some math. All right, so doing some simple math, if we take, he said he gets 23 an hour, we multiply that by 15%, we're getting $3 more. So he's at like 26.45. So you get 26.45, multiplying that by 1,500 hours, $39,000, 39,000 more just through overtime. Like his overtime is, I see what he's saying now. Overtime is $39,000. That's almost half of his salary right there. That's crazy. Just on overtime. Wow.
So a typical day on the job, it depends on where we are in the process of the job and completion. We
Okay.
like to start usually in the morning as the sun is coming up, so 6 a.m.
Wow, that's
usually
early.
like to keep going as long as the sunlight is good and the weather is cooperating.
Makes sense.
Typical day, starts out with whether you're pressure washing or you could be.
So just nerding out a bit.
day,
He said pressure
starts out
washing.
with-
Just hydraulic launch coaster. You know that. I wonder how sensitive that stuff is to pressure washing, or like, what can they pressure wash and what can they not. What would be damaged if. There are so many moving parts to a hydraulic launch roller coaster, which if you didn't know already, that is what Xcelerator is at Knott's Berry Farm. So, I wonder what they have to look for. You can already see some low-hanging wires and stuff. You don't know how well protected that is. And I'm not, I haven't gotten that close to, a coaster like this, but you can just see it lines the track. So I wonder what precautions they have to take and stuff.
with whether you're pressure washing or you could be, already into the paint, getting the actual top coat and the finish coats on. Sometimes you're going to live
okay,
for
never mind.
13, 14 hours a day. Sometimes you're pressure washing and standing underneath, getting rained on for 10 hours.
That kind of
Kinda
be fun in
shocking for most
California
people, but
weather.
We're using typical house brushes and rollers to paint these roller coasters. Harnesses.
That is true.
hard
That
hat, typical-
that is pretty surprising. These are the materials, the brushes that he's using, your rollers and stuff that you paint your house with. He says that's interesting. That's cool.
house brushes and rollers to paint these roller coasters. Harnesses, hard hats, uniforms, work boots, all that. Hard hats,
I like the tattoo.
uniforms, work boots, all that does get provided.
That's cool.
So the way
That's
we begin
included.
these jobs, it all really
Just stuff you have to think
depends
about.
on the difficulty of the project. So sometimes we have coasters that we have to walk, sometimes we have to use ladders, but we mainly start with one process, and that's a cleaning. So we pressure wash with 5,000 psi.
5,000 psi. That's crazy. That's like, wow. That's a lot of psi. So I wonder if that does, like, you know what I mean? Just stuff to think about. Does that damage anything? Any of the moving parts on the roller coaster?
Pressure washers, sometimes the heated units to remove grease and build up.
That's
Sometimes
true.
we do sandblasting as well. All
Wow.
depends on the condition when we get there. From there, we then go into, they're at the top, is on the Xcelerator at Knott's Berry Farm.
So that's over
The
200
peak is
feet free
roughly
climbing.
225.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
225 he
culture shock
thinks.
Once you get up there, but
I'm sure
once you're
that's
up there,
crazy.
it's a little
Okay, so
more,
what are we doing here? The top hat, maybe like a top door
We've been
dragster type of
Knott's
thing
Berry
where we
Farm
take two
this
colors. We got like a black top hat going like a mustard yellow. Don't know how I feel about that. Not the worst thing ever, but not the prettiest either, I guess. I mean, I don't mind this color. I like these colors. I think they, it's a vibe for that section of the park, I think. I like it.
peak is roughly about 225. It's culture shock once you get up there, but
That's
once
an
you're up
interesting
there,
yellow.
It's a little more breathtaking. I'd say one of the most difficult coaster in a cruise pier. I had to free climb a sheer face coaster basically to pressure wash a drive path for this ride.
See, that's the thing that would freak me out about this job. Jason has worked over 20 amusement park attractions. That's really neat. Kind of like something. We collect credits and stuff. That would be funny for him to collect credits. I painted over 20 rides. How many of you painted? Type of thing. You know what I mean?
Travel is definitely one of the huge aspects of the interest for me. Seeing California, Canada, France, getting to go
That's
places
crazy.
that-
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he painted Firebird. That's Firebird, right? I think. I don't know. Either Firebird or Apocalypse or whatever it's called now. I don't really know.
Seeing California, Canada, France.
Did he paint the Ferris wheel or what's this over here? Okay, no, this is Wicked Twister at Cedar Point. Magnum. So he said France. This is Wicked Twister. Rip. That's Wicked Twister.
Getting-
Yeah, no, that's not actually Wicked Twister. That's Top Thrill Dragster. I feel pretty stupid for saying this, but yeah, no, that's Top Thrill Dragster. Yeah, that coaster. Not Wicked Twister. Anyway, rip though.
to go to places that a little kid out of Kentucky never would have thought of going to.
So yeah, he is
Most
located.
of the big players, Six Flags,
Top Thrill
Busch
Dragster.
Gardens, Kings Islands. We have a great team here that schedules all of our flights as well as our hotels and rental cars. But normally
That's
we
cool.
stay in Airbnbs or hotels, extended stay type hotels usually. I would
Like a
say
motel,
we
maybe?
tend to go with the Airbnb. It's one, it's cheaper and easier to get 5 guys into a house that way. But it ends up working out because we usually get nice big 5-bedroom houses that have
Wow.
pools.
All right, there we go. CNBC Make It. Thank you for producing that video. That was really interesting, and some of my questions have been answered. Stuff like how much he makes, if he's on a wage or salary. More questions come from the video than I think were answered. I would love to like sit down in an interview with him and stuff. That was kind of neat. Like, what's the insurance like? What's what's liability? What does OSHA do? What happens if somebody gets injured on the job? Safety precautions. Something coming from like a financial standpoint. Like, how much does it cost? How much, does he make? Because he said anywhere from $70,000 to $90,000. That's a big hunk of cash for painting roller coasters. And, like, does it ever get boring, or do you ever like what? How much liability do you have? Like, what happens if you make a mistake? Stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Sorry it's a reaction video. I don't like them, but this was honestly a really interesting video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Of course, I gotta feed you guys the appetizer. I gotta serve you the appetizer before you guys can get the steak. And what that means is there are big projects on the way, so please be patient while I post lazy content. Before I leave, 1K bucket list. You want me to react to something else? You want me to do any video? I will, because 1K bucket list still stands. Comment something on this video, comment a suggestion, and I will have to do it. You want me to react to another roller coaster video? Go for it. I have to do it if you put it on the 1K bucket list. All right, you guys, see ya.